we'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Well, what a good contest here for our first Monday night game of 2023. Happy New Year, one and all. And thanks for pulling yourself away from all those college bowl games going on. For this, a great matchup between two of the real up-and-comers in the AFC. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The numbers for Diggs from a week ago: 7 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And here he is with just 1 week to go in the regular season. All he wants to do is lock things up. He kind of wants to do like the golfers. Post a number, go to the clubhouse, and secure a league title in receiving yards.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen, that's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence. He doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now?
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Here's Hines. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On third down, they go with Singletary. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Up the middle they go. It's Hines. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
On second and goal, Allen, touchdown! Dawson Knox from 4 yards out. And the Bills put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They go play action with Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Mixon with a first down carry. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0, This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend, because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense, with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Check. 11 empty.
Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Allen. He'll check this down to Hines. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by McKenzie. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On first down, Allen. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Throwing on first down is Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Steps away to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And again, it's Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Play action. It's Burrow. Rolling to his right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead,
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Allen. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Cordero Patterson, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Trey Lance, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have the lead as the white stuff continues to fall. And for the call of the second half, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That is taken in by Hurst. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the
Tuck
Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans.
And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, that's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, you know, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, Diggs, what a catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times is inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Hines. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Singletary, they'll run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground, and he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on play action. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. A quick throw going to be caught. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. Left side caught by Diggs. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 17-14. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. He will find his man Chase complete. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. We watched them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
To Mixon on 1st down, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. From the 22, Burrow being chased out left. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 71 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Allen and the Bills now down 21-17. 1:07 remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Throwing is Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Bengals, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.